Welcome to Beers and Brawls, the show where my guests and I drink beer and talk all things wrestling. I'm your host Jared, and joining me on tonight's episode is a wrestler out of Riot City Wrestling. He's a former RCW Tag Team Champion. He's the Lion of the East End, James Kray. James, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Jared.
Of course, mate. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you doing this. It's a cold night here in Adelaide, but I'm glad you come out. I'm sure you're used to it, being an English boy.
I mean, it's not that cold, but if I'm being honest, I like the winter, like being able to wrap up.
Yeah.
Also got to rep my teams. Got McLaren boy, High Marsh VFC.
Yeah, there you go.
But we're not here to talk about my teams. I'm sure you've got other things that you'd like to talk about.
Oh, no, I want to talk about you, man, because, being an English-born guy coming to Australia, just give us a bit of background on England. How long were you there? Then, sort of coming over to Australia.
Oh, jeez.
It's going to test your old brain, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, let's see. I moved over when I was 15, so about 11 years ago.
Okay, yeah, nice.
And yeah, pretty much moved over to Adelaide. Haven't really explored much of the country outside.
Yeah.
Apart from like 1 or 2 trips to Melbourne.
Oh, yeah, nice. That's all right. That's okay. Did you get into wrestling in England, or did you find that sort of? Would you find wrestling when you got to Australia, or sort of how did that come about?
As in like training?
Or started watching.
Started watching over in England.
Yeah.
Didn't start training until I was over here.
Okay. Yeah.
Purely because even though I'm originally from Bethnal Green, family moved to a different town, and the town that we lived in didn't really have any wrestling.
Okay. Yeah.
So I didn't know of any schools or anything. It wasn't until I came over here and just by chance found Riot City Wrestling.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything about wrestling schools or anything like that. So
No, fair enough. Seems to be the way to go when people sort of stumble across local wrestling and they realise, oh shit, there's actually schools and training and I can do this.
Yeah, like my first thought when seeing it, it's like, there's fucking wrestling in Australia? What?
Mate, that's what a lot of people overseas say, so don't worry about that. Awesome. So glad you can come on the show, man. We're going to go into rapid fire questions right now.
Okay.
So it's just 10 questions in 5 minutes. Just answer them however you feel, mate. Obviously you haven't seen these yet, so whatever comes to mind, just go for it.
Alright.
Sound good? Alright.
It's because I need them well.
It's going to be good, mate. Don't stress. Just enjoy it. So we'll start the timer when this loads. Now, first question. Who are you? Who's James Kray? What are you all about?
Who's James Kray? Well, I'm the Lion of the East End. I'm from London. The East End of London, obviously. I like tying people into pretzels and hitting them as hard as I can. I don't think there needs to be much more to explain, really.
That makes sense. Don't get on the bad side of him, guys.
Exactly.
When did you officially start wrestling?
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, I was 18 when I started training. Sorry, trying to do mental math now.
That's alright, I know. It's hard after a few years, especially.
So, it would have been 8 years ago I started training.
Yep.
And I think my official debut was 7 years ago.
Okay, nice.
From memory.
Yeah, no.
I could be wrong. Someone's going to find the correct information online somewhere.
Well, someone from the Calder Cray, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But 7 years, man, that's good. Good. Favourite wrestler and why? I know it could be many, but you can narrow it down to sort of 1 or 2.
Easy. Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, nice.
There is a reason he's called the greatest technical wrestler in the world right now.
I like that, yeah.
And the guy's just so fluid.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff you watch him do, and it's just like how physics does not work the way, and the human body does not work the way he makes it move.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice, I love that answer, man. Really good. Which famous wrestling catchphrase would you like to be yours?
Oh, that is a tough one. Probably that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Nice.
It's a
Just
classic.
James Kray said so. There you
Exactly.
go. Favourite match of yours
With mine,
that you've been in?
ooh, I think my first. It's a toss up between my first singles match with Adam Brooks
Yeah, nice.
in Hater We Trust,
Good match, good match.
or myself and Dean Brady, conveniently, also against Adam Brooks and Kellyanne.
Oh, nice.
Those two matches I have good fond memories of,
Yeah.
even though I lost both of them.
That doesn't matter. I know I saw that one with you and Brooks in a very competitive, very strong match, man. You nearly had him, so that flippy boy can get around. So you never know.
He can. He really can.
He can move. Dream opponent in Australian wrestling.
In Australian wrestling, right? Ran into him on a recent trip to Melbourne.
Yeah.
I'd love to wrestle Robbie Thorpe.
Oof, big boy.
Big boy.
Big boy.
English boy as well, so it's just like...
even worse.
Yeah, just... I could imagine it's just going to be two English guys either tying each other up or beating the ever-loving piss out of each other.
I'd go the second
And I
option.
would love it.
Yeah, the second option for sure.
Yeah.
Which wrestler in Australian wrestling would you challenge to a drinking competition?
Probably Caden Cornell.
Caden Cornell?
Yeah.
If he can keep his eyes open.
If he could keep his eyes open and his liquor in the shake. Just purely because I want to see the aftermath.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I will win, but I just want to see what he does
See what happens
afterwards.
afterwards, when the camera's off.
Yeah, that's
Caden
it.
Cornell, that's the call out, mate. Hit us up, come on the show, and we'll get it going. Your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
Debut match. Had this. I slipped on the turnbuckle. In training, and I still do this every now and then. I do this thing where I'd run up to the corner, put my foot on the second buckle, go up, go back down.
Yeah.
It's like a momentum thing. Practice it at training, nailed it every time. First time in a debut match, leg slipped through, right to the balls. And I'm just like, oh God. And thankfully, my opponent was dazed enough to not have moved from the corner so I could follow up, but it was just, in that moment, it was like, oh no.
Everyone's just staring at you.
I've screwed up.
Your wrestling goals at the moment?
At the moment, I'd love to be able to travel around Australia. Thankfully, with the state of the world as it is, it's all opening back up.
Yeah.
End goal though is I'd love to be in Japan.
Oh.
Just because since everything that's happened, kind of went into a binge of Japanese wrestling. And sort of fell in love with it.
Nice.
So,
Sorry, keep going. Don't worry about that.
right.
Ignore that.
So yeah, and to me it just seems like the place to be right now.
Yeah.
And that's just my personal preference. Nothing wrong with like going to America or anything like that.
Well, Japan is they love their wrestling and it is open. Like there is still like Robbie Eagles going back there, stuff like that. So there is chances to get to Japan. So definitely, that's awesome, man. That's a great goal. I know time has run out, but I want to get to this last question.
Okay.
So the two-parter. First one is match type that you would never compete in.
Okay.
And the second part is a match type that you really would love to compete in.
Right. So I've got two answers for your first part.
Okay. Yeah, go.
Purely because I am seeing those shot glasses and I'm getting some PTSD. I would never, ever would like to do a tequila deathmatch again.
Jesus.
Me and tequila just do not agree. And I discovered that the hard way. Because, it's just not a good time. And just death matches in general.
Death matches? Yeah.
Like, I have full respect for the guys who do them.
Yeah.
To be able to go in there and
no,
do...
mental cases, absolutely.
Just to do and take the stuff that you do in a death match. Because, there's barbed wire. And that's... When barbed wire is the most tame thing, there's an issue there. Like light tubes, panes of glass. Funny enough, on my Japanese binge, I discovered this thing called a scissorboard deathmatch, And
okay.
Trust me.
We'll have a look at it later when the camera's off. What?
Yeah, it's interesting. I would never want to do that. Match type I'd love to do. I'd love to do another World of Sport British Rules match again. I've been itching to do one for a while now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had one against Rocky, was it?
So I've technically had two.
Yeah.
So I had my first one was with Katie Trade, which I won.
Yeah.
And then the second time we simplified the rules.
Yeah.
Management didn't understand the rules the first time around.
Yeah.
And apparently people complained about, despite the fact that they're the proper rules. If you look them up, the proper rules. Anyway, we digress.
No, I get it.
So we did a simplified version. Unfortunately, Rocky cheated and won the match.
Well, it needs to be simple for him. He's a simple guy, so.
I know, but yeah. So I'm one in these kind of matches.
So you got one more. You got to go best of three.
I've got to make the record positive, because at the moment it's 50-50 and it's irking me a little.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right, we'll put it out there and hopefully RCW or someone else we can get that going and look it up. Awesome. So that brings us to the end of the questions. Really good answers there, man. I really appreciate you going for them, and I really look forward to hopefully one day seeing you in Japan. That'd be awesome. Now you did bring up shot glasses, and I'm a fucking terrible host because I forgot the welcome shot of the fucking show. So
please tell me you don't have tequila in that bottle.
No.
Okay.
If this was tequila, we'd be in a bit of trouble.
Oh,
you
definitely would be in a bit of trouble.
Looks like what we expel after tequila, but not what we're going to put down. So, bit of whiskey, bit of my fave, bit of Tullamore Drew, mate. It's nice and smooth, it's beautiful, but bad host. I forgot to give you the welcome shot, so we got to do it now.
One job.
Yeah, I know, right? I even got my run sheet in front of me. If I only had that bloody assistant back, fucking hell. She quit first episode, first season. She's gone. Well, we're down under. What do you expect?
Oh, that's where you
scared the poor lady out of here.
Right.
All right. Cheers, sir. Oh, beautiful.
That's not bad. Irish whiskey.
No, it's very smooth, that one, so it's easy to drink. It's nice, on the rocks, just sipping back, relaxing. So yeah, it's a nice, easy one to drink, which is good. Doesn't feel like you're setting your throat on fire with petrol, so it's great.
Always a bonus.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so now we've knocked out the questions. We're going to get into the photos.
Okay.
Looking at your career from sort of start to now.
I feel like I should be concerned with this now.
It's all
I don't know what photos you're going to
It's
pull
all that
up.
I've found out on social media, even though you don't really have a big social media presence, which is fair enough. Everyone, each their own.
Yeah, I should probably get onto that a bit more.
But it's what I've found out there that you've put out, so it's nothing too secret. I haven't hit up your family to send me any diaper photos or anything, so it's all wrestling based. So nothing to stress about. Alright, Mr. Kray, are you ready for the photos?
I'm about as ready as I'm going to be. Thankfully, I have my beer here.
You'll be fine, mate. Like I said, nothing too crazy. So, we're going to start with photo number 1.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look
how skinny I was!
Here's young James Kray. Now, everyone at home will see these on the screen, so...
This side needs to eat a sandwich.
They'll see you reacting and they'll see the photos. So there is Mr. James Kray, first or second match, something like that, I'd say.
That was my second match ever.
Second match. No beard. Skin and bones.
Still pale as all hell.
Yeah, fighting spirit. Look at him.
Goddamn, even had the St. George cross on my tights. So, yeah, second match ever. It was against world class Chris Basso. You'd expect an Englishman to be able to speak English.
After a few drinks, it's a bit hard.
So the good thing about being English, you can just make it up as you go along and just claim it's English.
Yeah.
Unless you're Welsh. Then it makes more sense.
Uh,
Anyway, so yeah, world class Chris Basso. Todd Eastman was ringside
Oh,
from
yes.
memory.
Yeah.
And that was, second match in, first ever win.
Hey!
So
There you go.
you might be able to tell from the face, like, I'm actually quite shocked because I wasn't. When you're the new guy, you're not expecting to beat like veterans at all.
Yeah, especially guys like Chris Basso.
Chris Basso, right?
Look at that. Yeah.
Like, I was not expecting that at all. I just.
Mate, fighting spirit. You never know what can happen.
Exactly. Never
Nice.
give up.
Well, I love
You
it.
could end up winning.
Exactly. Second photo here.
Yeah.
Is that Marvel?
That is Marvel.
There you go.
So that was from my first match.
Oh, first match.
Yeah.
Here we go. Nice.
It was quite fitting having Marvel as the first match because, again, another veteran of the business, but it's quite technically sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, I quite looked forward to go against him.
Yeah.
Because seeing him at training, seeing how he worked, and it's like, just kept an eye just to see if I could pick up little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, those little bits and pieces in that match did not work.
He knew all the tricks.
He knew all the tricks.
What a good wrestler though. I wish he was still around, man. What a good guy.
Yeah. It's a shame he's gone. Who knows, maybe he'll come back.
Oh, you never say never in wrestling. Hopefully Marvel, come back. We got another one here of Marvel. You're dropping the hammer on him, look at that.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
I'm
Can nearly see through you, mate. What's going on?
It's because I'm pale. I'm from England. We are borderline Casper the
Nearly
Ghost.
hitting the roof in that little shed. Jesus.
Yeah. I was about to say, that was down at the old gym, the old RCW Academy.
Winfield?
Yeah, Wingfield.
Yeah. Look at that.
Say, went to go see that quite recently as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's weird going back to somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And being like, that's where I started. And seeing pictures like this. It's
Yeah.
This is where I started. Like, the lad who's sitting here now is not the same skinny. I've eaten way too many sandwiches. But
too many scones, mate.
Too many scones. And was also smart enough to never jump off the top rope ever again.
Yeah.
Because I think that's
fine.
No, because that's the first time I think that.
You got some height though. I like it.
I'm trying to remember now if it actually worked out, because I don't think I've ever had a successful trip up the top rope. This might be the only exception. The match is on YouTube.
Oh.
So if
look up right to the YouTube.
the Calder Cray will probably
the Calder Cray. Send it to me.
Yeah. Put it on Twitter where we'll figure out if this is the only successful time I've gone to the top rope.
Calder Cray, you're getting a shout out later. We're getting to you later, so
you better get to him later.
Yeah, you better help us out. Next one here, talking about the world class.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, that was not the position I was expecting to be in during that match. Well, I say that. Kind of was, but wasn't. At least I hope I got out of that. It's been that long.
I'm sure you would have. He's not that technical. Old Seabass, probably.
I don't know. Seabass is deceptively technical.
Yeah, true.
He is a jack of all trades.
Yeah, he is. He's a gifted athlete. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm sure you would have got out of that one because what do we got next? Here we go. What's that? Is that Sean Fuster?
That is Sean Fuster.
Wow.
He's handing back my jacket after, the surprise of him.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at that young fella.
Bloody hell, that handprint on
You got a red stomach, he's slapping the shit out of you there.
Yeah. What was that for? I hit him with a fisherman suplex, and as he's kicked out, he's just gone bang. And that's what made me drop the bridge.
Oh wow.
It's not. Don't get me wrong, him kicking out, it's a kick out.
Yeah.
You can't deny it. But him chopping me in the stomach helped.
Oh, helped. Yeah, definitely.
And it left a mark.
Oh man, good old Sean Fierce. It's crazy to think
Yeah.
how long he was actually involved with Riot City.
Yeah.
Like, far out. That's, yeah, because your debut you're saying about 7 years ago, so.
Yeah, because I think he would have started not at the same time, but I think just before I debuted.
Yeah.
Trying to remember now off the top of my head when he would have, but nah.
But
Sean was always great to have a chat to, like the brief little chats that you can have.
Yeah. Busy man, but yeah, great man, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, him not being around is a bit sad. I won't lie, I do miss Sean.
Yeah.
And I hope he's clearly still going to be working where he's working.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's happy and doing whatever. But I do miss seeing his face around.
I'm sure he'll pop back up again one day. You know,
Maybe.
It's the wrestling world. Everyone comes back, so hopefully. But yeah, Sean, hope you're doing well. We'll see you soon. What's going on here?
Right. So.
JB17.
Yeah. Right. So. There is a story with this hashtag.
Justin Bieber?
No, it is the amount of people who have seen this and come up to me after shows being like, was that Justin Bieber? I can guarantee you now, it is not Justin Bieber. Unfortunately, the message behind this hashtag is a bit more morbid than Justin Bieber. So, funnily enough, it's a Formula One reference.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not with McLaren. There was a bunch of new tunes that came in, and I chose to support one of them because I have this weird thing. I like new things.
Okay.
I like new shiny things.
Yeah, that's alright.
And one of the drivers for the team that I supported was Jules Bianchi.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Jules lost his life during a race.
Oh shit.
Hence the bit morbid meaning behind the hashtag.
Yeah.
But like as a memorial thing, the team was like, you know, share your memories under this hashtag.
Yeah.
So it just became a thing where it's like one show I just did it, and then the next show I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it kind of holds a thing because my middle name, which I'm not going to share, is a similar story, but it's a Formula One driver who passed away during a race.
Right, okay, yeah.
So, like, you know, seeing that from someone in a team that you support and having, like, essentially the modern day equivalent sort of hit home for me. And, yeah, hence why, like, every show I still have this. Like, this.
There you go.
This is one of the things I put on. And
keep an eye out next show, guys. Have a look for that. But that's a great tribute, man.
Yeah.
A lot of respect. That's really good. Here we go,
Jeez.
Millennials. Here we go. And you know, we fans of the show. We had Mr. Dean Brady on here last episode. So now we got the second half of the Millennials.
So clearly you've now got to get the third one in for the set.
Well, there's two though. See, we got two constants, which is you and Dean.
Yeah.
And then we've got a third that changes. We've got Luke or we got Tom. So I have to get both of them.
Look, I'll be honest. My personal preference is I prefer Luke as the third.
Oh.
Controversial opinion.
Oh, look out, Tom.
Despite the fact I wrapped a chair around his head, I do prefer Luke Santamaria over Tom Burke.
Well, I'll have to dig up Luke's number and have to ask him to come on.
Send him a message.
I haven't seen him for a long time.
Neither have I. And again, he's another person I do miss. Again, despite the fact I wrapped a chair around his head. Bygones. Yeah, which at the time was a good idea.
You wrapped chairs around someone else in this photo and you're still, okay now, so...
Yeah, but there was a lot of chippies to convince him.
A lot of chippies. He loves his chippies.
He does.
Here we go, the millennials having a thinking sesh. Looking all serious. I don't even know what the thing up there says. Nerves not existent when you're the best.
Yeah.
I don't know, you look pretty nervous, mate. I don't know if it's just
that
skinny white boy face of yours, but...
Yeah, supposed to say clean shaven face as well, so there's no beard to hide anything. I look less nervous so than Luke did.
I was gonna say Luke
Luke actually looks
just
concerned.
looking at it now, yeah.
What were we preparing for? It looks like a tag match because I see Dean's got his knee pads on, and you can just
You've got your boots on.
Yeah, there's boots and obviously my St. George tights. I'm trying to remember what tag match that would have been. May have been Gods and Monsters.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe.
Been a good match.
It was right up until the part that Groom brought an axe to the ring.
I'd believe that too. What the?
Yeah, that
Grim's a mad man.
He is. Look, I don't really speak much to Grim. You know, trying to murder someone with an axe would do that. But yeah, the thought process of bringing an axe to the ring. If any wrestlers watching, don't do it. Don't bring an axe.
Don't copy. Don't
bring an axe. Don't bring a sword. Don't bring a flipping spear / javelin. Do not bring any medieval weapons to the ring, please. Especially versus me. If anyone else, fair game. I don't care. Me, do not do it.
Fair, cool. That's good. I like that. The millennials here again.
Yeah.
Look at that.
God damn that.
Got the matching shirts. What's Luke got on a belt?
He was, at the time, Warzone Tag Team Champion.
There you go.
Unfortunately, with neither of us two. But he was... I think he's probably the most successful member of the Millennials. Despite the fact we retired him.
Yeah.
But it's like he was Warzone Tag Team Champion. What else was he? He was a couple of other champions. Of course, me and Dean, RCW Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
Dean, congratulations by the way, being FWA Tag Team Champion.
FWA, yeah, just
with his sister.
Yeah, that was after we recorded that show. You got that,
Yeah, congratulations by the way. I haven't sent him a message, so this is going to be awkward when he says this.
That's alright. He's a big fan of the show, mate. He'll be alright.
Yeah, so yeah, and giving them the 2 finger salute.
Good old up you, mate.
Yeah.
Here you go, helping your buddy up.
Yeah, trying to talk him into getting up the ladder because
Is that your ring gear or is that your
no. So that was some ring gear. I think I had a match earlier that night and just didn't get out of it. I have this weird thing at shows where it's like, if I'm at a show, I have to be in ring gear till the show ends.
Yeah.
It's just a superstitious thing. Don't ask me why I do it.
Main event comes around, hey James, we need someone.
Yeah, last minute might need to, compete.
Someone's on the toilet with gastro.
Yeah. What's it? The old wrestling adage: if card is subject to change.
Exactly, asterisks, mate. Asterisks.
But yeah, just trying to be a good mate, help Dean up.
Is this a key to the city or is it?
I'm trying to think now. Who's sat in the background? I can't tell. Because Dean's been in a couple of other matches. It might have been a key to the city.
Yeah.
I think it's key. It would have been a key. No, would it have been key to the city? I don't remember.
That's right. You were trying to help him. That's all that matters.
It's bloody Irish whiskey, I tell you.
And here we go, the new millennials with the Tom Byrne coming in.
Yeah, that was the eventful night of ousting Luke Santa Maria.
Taking him out.
And I didn't know this at the time until after the match. But Dean did arrange or do some secret dealings with Tom Byrne, who was general manager at the time, or just stepped down as general manager.
Okay, yeah.
I had no idea about this until I'm just looking at the monitor because obviously I've been kicked out of ringside for doing some nefarious things to Luke Santa Maria.
You got kicked out by Tom?
Yeah. He kicked me out and then he joined the team, the dick.
What a rat.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jesus.
So yeah, so he became the third member. We shook hands in the ring afterwards because I didn't know he was in until afterwards. Dean, please tell.
What's going on here?
Dean should have told me some things beforehand.
Good old Dean, just keeps it to himself.
He does. He did back then. He's a bit more open now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
His hair grew and his kindness grew as well.
Yeah. Apparently he likes Walker's chips.
Yeah?
Yeah, British brand.
Oh, there you go.
I need to go give you something.
He'll buy some for your accomplishments when winning the belts.
Yeah.
Here we are.
And there you go.
The
The shot in itself of Luke Santamaria not so conscious on the ground, and all three of us celebrating the new version.
The new version.
The update.
The update.
Yeah.
You put the Wi-Fi on, you got the update.
Yeah.
And now here you are beating up Hammer. Big old Hammer.
Yeah, so Hammer is just one of those old guys who just rubbed us the wrong way.
A lot of old guys do.
Yeah, and he also, Jimmy C was in charge at the time, and Jimmy C needed a problem sorted out.
Good old Jimmy C.
So for Jimmy, we went in there and we sorted out a problem.
Nice. 3-on-1 though, it's a bit of disadvantage.
Well, that was a Hammer problem. What can I say? Like, you shouldn't have pissed off the boss to begin with, and then you rubbed the three young guys who were coming up the ranks at breakneck speed, faster than a McLaren Formula 1 car was, and you just happened to be in the way.
No, that's fair enough.
Like,
you can see by this photo, still clean shaven, but you started to hit the gym a bit, starting to put on a bit of mass.
Ate a couple of sandwiches.
Oh, being nice, mate.
Yeah,
nice.
Gym.
And here we are, the boys looking all fresh.
Yeah.
Got Tom in the gear. Look at that, your name in the background. Perfect.
Yeah.
What a photo.
Broke out the old St. George because I didn't really wear that while I was in the millennials.
Oh, okay. Stuck to the red.
Stuck to the red. Funnily enough, those tights were actually inspired by a Formula 1 car.
Everything's Formula 1 with you.
It's either Formula 1 or football.
Soccer.
Okay. We are not getting into this debate on your podcast.
This is my podcast, my rules.
Everywhere. No, shush. Everywhere else in the world, it is called football. No matter if it's spelled as like the English version, whether it's the Spanish version, regardless, it is football. But apparently, Australia and America, you two are the only ones that call it soccer.
Yeah, because we've got our football and then America's got their football, which is not fucking football because they throw it with their hands.
Well, yours is barely football anyway.
We use our feet. America uses their hands. And soccer uses their feet only. But
in fairness, right, I don't watch many Australian rules football games. I've watched one recently. I could barely tell you how many times they kicked a football. Or what is deemed a football over here.
Yeah. Alright.
I couldn't remember who the teams were. One of them was a Lion.
That's Brisbane Lions.
Lions.
That's the team. That's my team. You have to support that one, mate.
Okay.
You're the Lion, so you support them, alright? Done. There you go.
We'll see.
I'm
not big on Australian rules football, but anyway, let's move on.
Continue on. We'll go to the next photo.
Next one.
Hey, the belts. There they are. The boys. Look at them.
So,
I think Tom forgot what red was. He got maroon instead.
It might have just. Sometimes wrestling gear in the wash. Anyway. Yes, the night, finally.
There it is.
Christened as champions. It's funny though, because Tom and Dean, I was preoccupied with, funnily enough, Rocky Monero. So at the time, while the other two were chasing the RCW Tag Team Championships, I had to deal with old geezer who wanted simplified British rules. Anyway.
Simple man.
Simple man, simple rules. Anyway, should have been red carded, by the way, referee. Should have been red carded.
Was that Michael Kent, was it?
Yeah.
Fucking Michael Kent.
Anyway, so this was the first championship match that I was a part of because it was a 6-man, despite the fact that it's for a tag team.
Yeah.
And conveniently, the only time that I was in for the tag team championships, we won.
Yeah, there you go.
Look, I'm just saying, the Millennials Tag Team Championship success kind of hinged on my back.
Exactly. If you were in the match,
if I wasn't in the match,
they
might not have had the belts. I wasn't in any of the fences, and they did end up losing the belts. So
no, that makes sense.
I'm just saying. Maybe I should find a new partner and go back for it. I feel like I'm owed a rematch. It might be a couple of years late, but I think I'm owed a rematch.
You might as well grab a partner, go after. Who's at the tag team titles now? The Spooky Bunch. So I'm sure you could.
I take that back.
Wait till they get rid of the belt.
Have you seen the size of that Baron guy? Jesus Christ!
I don't want to go anywhere near those, especially the girl or whatever she is. It is. It's.
Yeah.
I hate scary things. So But controversial question.
Okay.
Not to be mean, but how did you feel, or did you feel like you were the third wheel in the Millennials? You know, Tom and Dean are getting all the title defenses and the matches, and you're still getting single matches, but sometimes you're manager, sometimes you're ringside. Did you feel like you were a third wheel, or you feel like you were an integral part of the team?
At this point, like at this moment of the image, no. I felt like I was an integral part. I'd done the job for the team.
Yeah.
We got the titles.
Yeah, exactly.
And then after that night, something changed.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if that's just was Dean on his own, or Tom was in his ear going, "Hey, he's with the big boys."
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but something did change, and it did sort of turn into that. Maybe James is the third wheel. Maybe James is the non-factor. We don't need and that's what ultimately led up to later events. But yeah, it sort of started going down.
Things changed. Yeah.
Okay. After this night, sort of. The mentality of the Millennials just switched a bit.
Which sucks because obviously without you, they might not even have the belts in the first place. So.
Yeah, and I was a founding member as well.
Exactly, you were there from the start. So
day dot even before the Millennials were officially a thing, it was me and Dean.
Yeah.
We were the two that started it all. Mostly Dean with his idea because he'd been around a bit longer.
Yeah.
But it was us two.
It was you two from the start.
And then we brought in Santa Maria, and then we kicked out Santa Maria, and we brought in Tom Bennett. But it was us two. We were the main two. And then, just something after this night just changed.
Interesting. I should have asked Dean this question when I had him on last show, but interesting. And what's going on here? You got the scarf on. Tom's got a dressing gown on.
Look, if I'm being honest, I have no idea what the hell Tom is doing.
Why is there only one belt? Where's the other belt?
I'm trying to think now.
I hope it's not under Tom's dressing gown.
Do you know what's sad? I think it was.
Oh my god.
Although in saying that, when you look at my jacket, it looks like there's a belt under there. So it might have actually
been under you, yeah.
But I think from memory it was actually under Tom's dressing gown. So actually I wouldn't tell Purgatory to wash those belts. They probably don't bother themselves.
Mate.
Anyway.
They're probably living in their dungeon anyway, so they're covered in spiders and shit, so just let them have their fucking belts.
Yeah.
And this is at the new, or not the new one now, but after the Winter
so
the High Marsh or wherever it was.
High Marsh. Was it High Marsh? It was either High Marsh or Croydon
or Brompton or something like that. It was close.
It was around that area. It was down the road from the entertainment centre.
Just weren't big enough to get the entertainment centre at the time.
Yeah, but so the boys still in the kit. Me with the additional 3-line scarf.
Bit cold that night, mate. I wanted to cover up the face.
Nah, just,
No beard to protect
that,
you.
that was it. It was either a bit cold or no. What was it? It
It
was.
was pre-COVID, so you weren't protecting yourself from that.
Yeah. I look. I thought I looked intimidating with the St. George Cross and three
Well,
lines
to be
and
honest,
stuff.
I think it does. I think it looks pretty scary.
When you're young, dumb, and stupid, I thought that looks scary as hell. It wasn't scary as hell.
If you now walked up to me looking like that, I would say, but you know, skin and bones, the bloke there walking up to me,
Yeah.
half a sandwich bloke there, I don't know, maybe. And then here we go. I got a strength cup.
Yeah.
Quarterfinal. Are you still in the millennials at this stage?
So no. So the millennials were sort of kind of in the middle of like Splitsville.
Yeah.
I believe the show before we were at HQ. I had some issues that I needed to bring up with Dean Brady, and by issues, a steel chair, which I promptly wrapped around his arm a couple of times, and I forgot I think it was a dislocated shoulder I caused.
Oh, yeah, because he started wearing the arm sleeve,
Yeah, so I think this was the next show after I'd done that.
Yeah.
Which was convenient because now I've got a target to work on, which is great.
Especially for a technical wrestler.
Exactly. Like, he was not going to be in for a fun time. And he wasn't in for a fun time until then the referee didn't see him tap out.
Was it Mel Keane again?
It probably was. If I'm being honest, I don't remember the referees. I do remember being very mad.
You gotta remember the ones that fuck on you, mate. Come on.
Clearly. Because he clearly just... He fucked on me really fucking well that night. That being said, though, my memory of that night was Dean Brady laying on the ground, pouring out blood, because I did make him...
You busted him open.
I busted up his nose. I busted up his shoulder.
What a man.
In fact, it took... Because I wore an England home kit at the time.
Yeah.
There was blood on that.
Blood all over you, the white.
He ruined my kit. I was not happy.
No.
I was also not happy about being knocked out of the Strength Cup.
Yeah, true. Could have just messaged England and get a new kit sent to you. You're the biggest import, mate.
I tried getting one there away ones because they were red at the time. But
yeah.
Apparently they were fresh out. So
everyone loves the England soccer team, mate.
That's it.
Now I know we've fast forwarded a lot, but like I said, it's hard to find photos. But
yeah,
still a baby face there. No
beard. Still clean shaven.
Scotty Hartman, is it?
Yes, Scotty. I think that was
rookie from Asda.
Would that have been his first match?
I think it was at the Aqaba.
Yeah, possibly.
Was it his first? Yeah, one of them. 6-man tag, I reckon.
Yeah, 6-man tag, because it was him, me, and conveniently Baron, who I hope hasn't learnt how technology works and is watching this right now, because he might be after me after this.
He's too busy chasing fucking dinosaurs and shit, that bloke.
And wait, what? There's dinosaurs still?
In his
anyway. Tangents. Anyway, yeah, so us three against Jensen Hunt, Tony Toro, and Down Under.
Oh, what a team.
Yeah, it was interesting.
BD and Toro. Oof.
Yeah.
Good old Toro. Miss that bloke.
I do kind of miss Toro as well. Problem is, though, we've never seen eye to eye. We've always been on opposite sides.
Yeah, he's a smug little prick. But...
So, yeah. Who knows? Again, he's another one. Maybe one day we see him again. Maybe
hopefully,
not.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him again. Maybe have like...
Hopefully he's changed his attitude. And...
Hopefully, and we have a respectable match. As far as my boss is concerned, though, Jensen Hunt, fuck him.
I agree with that.
Absolute twat. You know, every match you've got to have like a pre-contract, you know, agree to, your match and
Yeah,
being
yeah.
explained your thing, you know, just like any other combat sport.
Yeah.
And you know, guy just does not shut up, just constantly on his phone. Down unders, probably sent into the middle of bloody doing God knows what with crocodiles. It's crocodiles you have in Australia, right?
Yeah, yeah. Alligators in America.
Alligators are, yeah. Doing God knows what to crocodiles. Bloody hell. But yeah.
Well, now we've got 4 out of those 6 have been on the show now, so we've got to get Scotty, and I don't think we're going to get Baron on the show, but we could try.
Do you have a big enough cage to fit him in, like...
Probably not. I could probably tie him to the roof or something. Oh, no.
Do you still want a roof?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just not seeing this.
I'm not reaching out to the spooky bunch. I respect yous, but I just can't. None of yous talk for a start, except that the Viking guy, yeah. Einar. So maybe he can come on and just talk some scary shit. Alright, let's not talk about them anymore. They can hear us, the spirits can hear us. Now we're fast forwarding even more.
Yep.
But we got you versus Brooks versus Trey for the Emerald Crown.
Yes.
It was the Fringe show, wasn't it? Yeah, right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the event that's been advertised in this post, this wasn't the event the match actually ended up happening on. Unfortunately, due to, I believe it was travel complications.
Yeah, someone was being a diva and didn't want to fly over.
I don't think Brooks is that much of a diva. Katie Trey, on the other hand, he would 100% have been a diva.
He's a diva, yeah. He's been on this show. We know what he's about.
Did he behave himself?
No.
I'm shocked.
He just a few drinks made him calm down a little bit, but we still had to clean up all the dog poo from over there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. The Emerald Crown, that holy grail that just, every time is within reach, just slips through my fingers.
You've been close. You were in the first tournament for the Emerald Crown.
Yeah.
First ever tournament. You were then obviously put into this triple threat, not at this event, but at an event after that. That's twice you've come close.
Yeah, and that's not to mention before this match, had a singles match against Adam Brooks for the championship. Again, came close.
Yeah, that was a good match. Yeah.
And then
it's always been hopefully soon you can just crack that barrier.
It's arm's reach. It's always arm's reach, and it's just like it's getting real annoying, and I don't want to exactly use the word depressing.
Yeah.
Because depressing, I don't think it's the right word for it. I'm very conflicted about my feelings towards this championship.
Yeah.
I want the championship, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's a nice
I'm a professional wrestler. I like gold shiny things. It's natural. But yeah, just I keep shaking your desk. I do apologize.
No, you're right. It's not messing up that, so that's the main thing.
True. But yeah, just something about that championship. Constantly, thin reach, taken away. And that's, I let it slip against Adam Brooks because I just got lulled into a false sense of security.
Yeah.
Because I thought I injured him at the time.
Yeah.
Flipping Katie Trey, putting his feet up on the ropes, and the referee not seeing my hand on the ropes.
Of course.
After I conveniently taken out Adam Brooks for him.
Yeah. Michael Ken again. Fucking Michael Ken, you're in trouble.
No, it wasn't even Michael Ken.
Oh, you're still in trouble anyway.
I think it was...
Nick?
I think it was Nick Savage.
Oh,
I could be wrong. Actually...
Oh, anyway, the ref...
Anyway.
Like you said earlier, you like new shiny things, and that's a new belt in RCW. That's shiny, it's new.
Yeah.
That's something that you want to chase. So
and
maybe we'll add that to your wrestling goals.
Mate.
Emerald Crown.
Yeah. I'd love to do that.
You've been there. You've been to the top. You've nearly got to the top. So it's not out of reach. So.
Yeah. And I was honoured to be in the first tournament for it.
Definitely. Against some great Brooks, Boomer, Basso.
Yeah.
Some great competitors there.
Yeah, and yeah, honoured to be in it. Unfortunately, it didn't go my way. That being said, I will probably forever have Alan Brooks' fastest loss. You're never going to live that one down, Brooksy. I'm sorry. But in 4 minutes. No one has beaten Brooksy in 4 minutes. Bar me.
Ooh.
And I don't think anyone's going to beat him quicker.
That's not even a Brooksy entrance, 4 minutes. Jesus.
No. So let that sink in.
There you go.
Right?
4 minutes. Brooksy, what are you doing?
When he does end up getting signed, because at the time that I did do this, he was signed with Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So I did technically beat a Ring of Honor superstar
And he's over,
at the time.
Over in America, tearing up the Indies at the moment, so that's going to live with him now, mate. 4 minute loss. When you watch this, Brooksy, just remember.
if he watches it, he's too busy
killing
it over there.
He's killing it, but he loves the show, so he'll love it. Here we go, Mr. Beard.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Full beard now.
Full beard. A bit more beard than tonight, I reckon.
Yeah,
that trimmed it a little bit.
Yeah, been getting into the habit of keeping it a bit more tidy now.
I don't know. What show was this one?
It could be any, to be honest.
Could be any. This, like I said, you're a very private guy on social media, so it's hard to find the photos.
Yeah.
But we got something, obviously, from when we had the baby face, no beard, to this, so it's a couple of years on.
Yeah. Well, like maybe one at least.
Yeah. The hair hasn't changed much, so.
Yeah. No, the hair doesn't really change much. I keep having plans for it, and then I go, nah, you know what? Nah. We'll keep it the same. Same works.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? It's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. But yeah, I couldn't tell you which show that was, but
that's all right.
I was clearly ready for a fight. Yes.
You and Basso. No beard again. The beard comes and goes so much.
So this was...
This is C4 tournament?
This was the opening round of the C4 tournament.
Yes.
Me and Chris Basso in our second ever match. This is the second singles match we ever had.
So from that first one that we saw photos from?
Yep. From Skinny Twig to guys...
It took you 7 years. Oh, yeah.
6
years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seabass be ducking you, man.
Yeah. So the record is one apiece. I have told him...
that's right. You beat him. Yeah.
I have told him I would like my rubber match.
Ooh.
So we've eventually got to get there.
I look forward to this. This will be a good match.
Yeah.
The James Kray now against him, yeah.
But yeah, like that night, he got to witness what was the more new James Kray. And after the match, he had found a new respect for me.
Nice.
And openly said that he saw something in me that probably others in the locker room didn't, especially Jensen. Especially flipping Jensen.
Bloody Jensen. What a prick of a bloke.
Stitch up, I swear. Some of the match contracts I get from him.
Well, he doesn't know how to spell, so what do you expect?
Does he not?
Here's you against Boomer.
Yeah, so...
Wearing your shirt?
Yep, so this wasn't C4, funnily enough.
Oh, it wasn't C4?
No, this was not C4. This was Mike Boomer's first night in RCW.
Really?
His debut match for RCW.
No way.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I did not have a good day going into that match.
Yeah.
To quote Jurassic Park, life finds a way. And life found a way to fuck me over that day. And that was before going in there with the weapon. Or, the weapon was a bit more of a new unit, whatever it was called. But Mike Boomer at the time. And just lost focus and did not end up in a good time.
Well, new opponent, you haven't been around him, you don't know what he's like, don't know what he does, so...
I do remember the referee being a bit of a dick though. Because...
typical Michael Kent.
No, it wasn't Michael Kent.
No, it's always Michael Kent. We're going to blame him.
It was some big guy. I don't remember his name, if I'm being honest.
Oh, but, that doesn't matter then.
Yeah. Like, old mate had me in something, and I just hear shoulder go.
Your shoulder?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm obviously now in pain, trying to get the referee to release a whole like end the match sort of thing.
Referee.
And yeah, the referee's just ignoring it. Even Boomer, who has also heard this pop, is going, yeah, he's done. Indicates to the referee the match is done.
He probably had orange hair, didn't he? Fucking dickhead.
Probably. Like I said, I don't remember. Like it's a day that, you know, funny enough, good reasons for stuff like this.
You don't want to
stuff like this. That I've kind of suppressed. So I don't remember who the referee was.
That's fair enough.
So,
cool. We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Here you are. Oh, we're zigzagging everywhere at the moment. We got a nice little team here of Carlos Diaz, Caden Cornell, as we spoke about earlier, and yourself.
Yep.
What was the team name, James Kray?
So there never was officially a team name for this.
What was the name of the locker room?
I prefer not to say because there was some nasty rumours about this team being made up that was spread amongst the locker room. Funnily enough, Jensen Hunt was the main proprietor of said rumours.
I believe that.
Yeah, cunt.
Well, how did this come about? What's going on here with these, like, well, we got young up-and-comer Caden, and then you got a guy that's been there for a long time, Carlos, who's now gone, but
yeah,
what happened with this? What was the goal about this team?
So, it was just two guys who came in around the same time, me and Carlos, who I don't really speak too much for personal reasons. Let's say he tried to do a referee. Anyway, it was two young guys who felt like they were very held back, and if we're being honest, probably actually were.
Yeah.
And Cornell was just someone who I do have time for. We're quite like-minded, both quite technically sound. Him just in more of an amateur wrestling, whilst me and Cat sort of catching the British stuff.
Yeah.
And we sort of enveloped him to be like, come with us. We'll lead you. Almost like sort of like a Millennials 2.0.
Yeah.
Only not the Dean Brady goofiness, because look, even though he was a bit of a dick back then, he was still pretty goofy.
Yeah.
This was.
He's a big goofball, that bloke.
He is. He's a lovable goofball. But this
now
was.
he is.
But this was a more like no holds barred, no tapers.
Fucking around. Yeah.
Yeah, no fucking around. We will take what we want, and you will smile and let us. It's kind of deal. And then a bunch of stuff happened, and then the team was no more.
Is this before, like, when COVID happened?
Yeah, so this was just before COVID happened.
Because, COVID sort of fucked everything right up there.
Yeah, and then during COVID was when sort of this disintegrated.
Yeah,
because
personal issues and stuff,
Yeah, personal issues arise, and, there's only so much you can discuss about team when you're like this looking into a community once and they're like, so here's the game plan, this is what we're doing.
So in whenever the fucking world opens up, will we be able to do this in our team?
This team exactly?
No, like that's what it, like when you're looking at the computer, you're like, well, when we have no idea when the world's going to open up, so
and that was the other thing as well. We did not know when the world was opening up. Thankfully, where we are, South Australia, we were a bit lucky in some regards.
Yeah.
And we dealt with it pretty well. So
until we had a false lockdown for 3 days.
Yeah, but the less we talk about that, the better.
Next photo here. Mr. COVID mask on.
Yeah.
This the Hula House New Year's?
This was the Hula House New Year's. This was because
of 2020? Well, bringing in 2021.
Yeah, bringing in 2021.
Yeah. Height of the COVID. Look at that.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, so I actually before obviously COVID and everything, I saw people have like masks.
Yeah.
And I thought, me personally, I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like I just stumbled across like, oh, well, people. It's a more Asian thing. Like it's common.
Well, they wear them for like pollution and shit there, don't they?
It's either pollution or like just as a general like similar to what we do now, where it's like if you're not feeling exactly well, you put a mask on.
Yeah.
But you know, like you see pictures of that look, and it's like, oh, that looks cool as hell, and I liked it.
Yeah.
And obviously, because of COVID, everyone needed masks, so I conveniently got one. It's like, right, this is one for wrestling.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, this was the only time I ever used it. But yeah, this was New Year's. This was after, like, because of COVID, a year hiatus.
Yeah.
So I had not been in an official match until that night.
Yeah, right.
Funnily enough, teaming with Jensen Hunt.
You teamed with him.
You dick. Yeah, well, look, at the time, I'd been missing wrestling. I saw a contract come my way.
You got an opportunity, you took it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, I can't fault you for that, so.
I did what every lawyer tells you not to do, which is read the fine print and read through the contract. I just saw a contract with my name on it and was just like, yep, done.
Sold.
Little did I know, Jensen Hunt was my tag team partner, and we faced Party Guy Ty and Jonathan Corviday that night.
Oh, two very out there guys.
Yeah. Two very out there guys.
Two people that have been on this show as well. Two
Yeah.
crazy guys.
Yeah. And yeah, naturally we lost because of Jensen.
Of course. I believe that. Alright, so...
I will have vengeance, Jensen. It's coming.
That brings us to the end of the photos.
Mm.
Apologies I couldn't get anything more recent.
That's okay.
But like I said, it's really hard to find on your social media. But I do have a couple photos for us to look at.
Oh no. Yeah, oh.
And we have the Cult of Kray, as we spoke about earlier.
Oh god.
Thanks to Michael Roche here for...
Did he send this in to you or like send the link?
I'm not going to tell you how I got a hold of these, but he's got the photos up here of the Cult of Kray.
Yep.
With the t-shirts that we'll get a better look at.
Yep.
Right there.
Oh,
look at that.
Thank you.
Look at that. How awesome is that? There's a fucking... 3 guys have got a shirt with your picture on it.
They could have at least picked a better photo.
And I've worn it to a show.
Yeah.
At least it's a recent photo. You got a beard.
It is.
Your hair, like...
Yeah, I do appreciate
And they've worn it to the shows to support you. And, you know, I've gotten comments on my YouTube channel saying, get James Kray on, get James Kray on.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Because if you've got comments, right?
I'm not kidding. From the man himself on this photo and
Look,
people...
I appreciate the support. But when he says comments, right? We're not talking just like, you know, 1 or 2 from these guys. We're talking like, these are like 20 each.
They're
20!
Commenting on my YouTube that they want you. They're at every show. They comment on RCW posts. James Kray's going to win.
They comment on the RCW YouTube thing. I got sent a screenshot of a live chat of a premiere of one of the shows. I can't remember which one. I do apologise. But literally the whole thing is just these guys. James Kray, just singing my praises.
What's there to be sad about then? That's great.
It's because I had been booed for so long. Like, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate fan support. I really do. It still feels alien to me that we've got like, this is a thing. Like, it's still weird to me that 3 people are like so passionately for me.
But how's the respect though? Like, these blokes have gone out and made these shirts, which are actually like, they're not bad quality. Like, it's a good photo. It's got a nice little logo on them. Like, they look pretty cool.
if I'm being honest, I do wish they didn't pick a photo of me after having the match.
But
like, they could have picked one before I had one.
did
But...
you get a shirt out of it?
No, I did not. I never.
Colton Kray, I know you're watching. I know you're watching.
Oh God.
You need to send this bloke a shirt.
That's it. I'm never gonna hear the end of
You
this.
need to get him a shirt. You can't make a shirt and not give the man himself a shirt. The next time I'm in the crowd watching the Us Dub show, I'll go backstage. I don't know how I'll get back there, but I'll get back there. I know people. I'll bring him out and you can talk to him and you can get his autograph and give him a shirt, alright? Colton Kray, it's on you now.
Jesus Christ. And I do apologise if I probably end up being awkward. Like I said, it's still weird to me that people cheer me. I've gotten a bit more used to it now.
You've earned that respect though. The matches against Brooksy and those sort of guys, Katie Trey, you've earned that respect. You know, you've changed your ways from where you were, millennials, and beating up Dean's shoulder. You've had some banger matches, you've changed your ways, you're getting a lot of respect, you know. I've seen you wrestle at ACW, you're getting a lot of respect there. You're getting respect at Power Slam. Like, people are starting to really sing your praises. And not... Those guys are genuine, but like, there is other people out there singing your praises, and I know that it's come from people high above that are really like, James Kray is on his way up, he's changed, it's different, he's doing dives, he's doing some cool shit, you know, it's gone really good, man. You should be really proud of where you've come, and obviously, like, you've got those goals to achieve, so you got some good things coming, man.
Yeah.
It's good. Alright, James, thank you for looking at those photos. And you know, Colton Kray going to comment on this and start sharing this around.
Yeah.
So
you
this
will
might
not
be my
hear the end of it.
This might be my most viewed episode after Blair and Savannah. So you never know, you might beat the girls. Who knows?
I think I would annoy the girls if I actually did that.
They'll ring me up. Round 2, let's go. We're gonna get more views, and you know, we'll do that. More subscriptions, and we'll just keep the ball rolling. Then we'll get James Kray round 2, and it just keeps going from there.
It just ends up. It's just like every week.
Every
sad. James Kray. Blair sad.
Hey, if it gets us the views and subscriptions, you know, subscribe if you haven't already. But no, thank you for doing that, man. Now, like I said, you're a bit private, but on social media. But I'd love for you to plug your social media now. Any social media, merch, anything you've got. The links will be in the bio or the description. But yeah, plug away where they can find you.
So I'm on Facebook, James Kray. I think it's been a while since I checked this. The actual URL link is James Kray Official. Okay. I'm on Twitter at James Kray ENG. Obviously. Don't have any other socials. Merch. I am working on merch.
Nice.
I have some ideas. I just now need to get them finalised and sent off and print hopefully soon.
Nice. That makes some people happy.
Hopefully. I think I've at least got 3 customers. I hope. Otherwise, this is going to be very awkward.
I think so.
And yeah, that's about it, really. Please follow me on Twitter. I'll probably mostly talk on there. Probably some random bollocks. But here we are.
Yeah. So yeah, all the links will be in the description. Give him a follow and a like, all that sort of stuff. Any shows coming up in the... This will probably get dropped in about less than a week. So anything coming up in the next couple of weeks?
I will be at the Power Slam Super Show on, I believe it's Saturday, the 28th of May.
Yeah, nice. Power Slam, yeah.
As far as I'm aware, that's the only concrete date that I've got at the moment. There's probably a few tentative ones that are being finalised. Contracts have got to come in and negotiations, stuff like that.
Yeah, get the money right.
But yeah, usually you'll find me at a Riot City Wrestling show. Hopefully I'll be at Strike First, Strike Hard. Yeah,
is that the 29th of May? The day after Power Slam?
I believe so. I could be wrong. I know it's at Arkaba.
Yeah. So we got 28th of May, Power Slam, 29th of May, Arkaba, Riot City. So some big shows coming up there.
That's
James Kray on the card. Nice.
Well,
I like that.
One confirmed on the card, one hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure.
we
I'm sure you'll be on the card, mate.
Card is always subject to change.
No, alright. I'm sure you will be on there. But awesome, man. Thank you for joining that. Obviously, the links will be in the description. But support James. Get on his pages. Give him the likes and follows. When he hits the merch, be sure to get around him. And obviously get to Power Slam, Riot City, ACW, wherever James is on the card. Support him, support local wrestling, get around there. And thank you for being on the show, mate. I really appreciate it, man. It's great to have you on. Great to hear about your journey and your goals that you've got. I really look forward to seeing you succeed.
Well, I hope to succeed.
Nah, you will, mate.
That is the plan.
You will, of course. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of Beers and Brawls. A huge thank you to my guest, James Kray. Really loved having him on the show, hearing about his journey through wrestling and all the goals that he has. As always, please get out there, support local wrestling in whatever state you're in, buy the wrestlers merch, get out to the shows, and just enjoy yourself, enjoy local wrestling. Give us a like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and until next time, cheers.